It's the 1995 Sports Illustrated swimsuit video. Featuring Kathy Ireland, Stacey Williams, Ashley Richardson, Roberta Little, Angie Everhart, Manon, with special musical guest Travis Tritt. Now here's your host, Vendela.
Welcome. It's been 32 years since an idea that was almost an afterthought became a phenomenon. It was the dead of winter in 1964, the year of the Beatles and the miniskirt, that the editors at Sports Illustrated decided to put swimsuit model Babette March on the cover. Such simple genius. And now, 31 covers later, they're starting to get the hang of this. Good choice. Winning athletes know how tough it is to repeat. And so does the woman who virtually by herself has made Sports Illustrated's swimsuit issue the most successful magazine in the world.
Should we have it just hang loose? Might be sexier if she's dancing. People say, don't you get tired of this? Or how do you get yourself up for it every year? And I don't even think of it as getting myself up for it. I'm competing with myself. And I want to know, do I still have it in me?
Senior editor Julie Campbell still has it in her. The woman who brought the world Cheryl and Christie, Ellen the fishnet suit, is at it again. Searching the racks for the almost 1,000 swimsuits she'll have on this year's shoot.
If you don't take chances, it gets boring. We're always living a little bit on the edge. Maybe that bikini bottom just this much off. You've got to try to introduce new things. Tie-dye's been around for a long time, but this looks fresh.
And then there's the matter of selecting the models.
How are you? Good. Hey, you're looking good.
Julie interviews dozens, even interviewing girls she's used before and knows like family.
That's not a big muscle.
Finally, there's the challenge of finding new locations to shoot. Not so easy when you've been all the places Julie has. This year, she's settled on 2 locations, starting with the island of Bermuda.
Well, we're going to Bermuda. How are you going to make Bermuda different? Well, it occurred to me, I saw these roofs, corrugated roofs. The houses are pastels, it's soft, it's a feminine place. So what I thought I would do is only show pastel suits, and I've chosen only blondes. I hope it's going to look feminine.
For the first week of this shoot, Julie has booked perhaps the oddest couple of this year's issue. Manon van Gurken of Hamburg, Germany, making her first appearance in Sports Illustrated. And 1991 cover girl Ashley Richardson making her 6th appearance.
I'm very excited because I've done it before and I love it. And I'm trying to tell her to like it too. Her personality was standing out so much. I loved her from the first time I saw her on tape. Then I was like kind of, I wish I could have her on that trip. And she was standing at the airport and I saw this tall person, of course, her voluptuous body. I'm like, that must be the girl I'm going to. So I went, she's great, I love her.
Ashley misplaced one of these holes. It's hips, let me see. What you can do hip. Woo! Woo! That is sensation. Would you give that one 3 stars?
You don't always click with everybody you're on a shoot with. I've been pretty lucky with Sports Illustrated. You're usually working with a real good crew, real good group, nice people, and we have a lot of fun.
Your legs look magnificent. I don't really have a criteria for selecting. A lot of it is gut instinct. I try not to always go with the wave of who's popular and who is in now. It's probably a natural quality that you look for. Manon has it.
I started about 3 or 4 years ago. Friends of mine in Germany have a leather store, and they needed a house model kind of thing. And they pushed me into it. Another friend of theirs was a booker at an agency. He always told me that I was never going to be able to model because I had a big nose and my lips weren't big enough and my mouth wasn't big enough.
Come up just a little. There you go. Stay close together. There you go.
And my first shoot I had was with my sister. She used to model a little bit while she was studying, and she took me on one photo shoot because they needed like a little girl or something. And I had to promise her never to become a model, and I did, and here I am. Sorry.
She looks good. She doesn't look like she just had a baby.
The last job I did was for Sports Illustrated 2 years ago. I'm pretty uncomfortable being back in front of the camera, I have to tell you. I need to move my body in very particular positions for it to look all right.
Ashley is a naturally amusing person with a good sense of humor and incredible natural movement. I guess the ballet training is what everyone always says about Ashley. She moves like few other girls I've ever worked with.
Gorgeous.
You know,
God, I'm gorgeous. I mean,
what a
God, the
comeback you made,
picture's
Ashley.
No, I like
Boy, Manon, they close this town down if they see you like this. I think it may be the best combination of girls I've ever had. I mean, both of them are so good. Each one inspires the other one to do better.
Gotta stay down low. Yeah.
There was no jealousy, no animosity between these two girls, and I liked the relationship she had with Ashley. Manon kept saying, I'm learning from Ashley, I'm learning. She told me that she's going to start ballet lessons when she gets back to New York.
It's hard living in New York and having all my family and all my friends back in Germany because you can't communicate over the phone too much. I'll miss people a lot, especially my mother and sister.
Well, most of my days are filled with basically caring for Daisy. I've been very lucky to be able to spend all my time with her up until now.
I felt so welcome working with these people.
You guys are relieved the German nightmare is over.
They all, with their open arms, had me welcome into the big family.
She's sort of a pest. Sort of glad to get rid of her.
And now I'm a part of it. It's great.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye, Manon. I'm leaving. And I am sad she's leaving. Retract the other statement.
Love you guys, thanks.
About the only thing more difficult than leaving a place like this is finding a new location for the next shoot. From Bora Bora to Shark Bay, from Pantelleria to Cancun, Indiana Julie and the SI Swimsuit troupe have wandered the globe and racked up those frequent flyer miles in search of the most breathtaking and often bizarre locations.
An exotic location to me is wherever we drop our hats and pick up a camera.
People are very honored, I think, to have Sports Illustrated come and shoot in their country.
If everyone's going to a new island, that's the one I'm probably going to stay away from.
When you're doing an issue, a large issue, I think you need to be on a great location because you need a lot of background, a lot of interesting places to go.
Oh, I saw so many great exotic places. I mean, everything from right here in America in the Florida Keys to the Seychelles, which were, I mean, just exotic, exemplified.
Christie's first cover.
The Seychelles Islands, by far, would be my favorite location.
I loved Bora Bora so much when I went that I went back for my honeymoon.
When we were in Cancun, we stayed in the president's house on the beach, and it was the only house in Cancun. They were starting to bulldoze the beach to build hotels, but there was really nothing around.
We've done a lot of discoveries.
And I remember when I was in Santo Domingo, something about that food, and I didn't go to the bathroom for a week.
Best food was fish in Thailand.
Want something good, Mom?
Before we knew it, this big elephant swivels around, trunk flying, ears flapping, and starts to charge right at us.
We all froze. That's how close it came.
One of the worst predicaments was when I ate the chocolate bar full of bugs.
There was a night where I think I must have had like the king of the scorpions in my room.
The doorways made noises because there were giant termites in them eating the wood.
After all the traveling that I've done during my career, it was really nice to be impressed with an island.
When I go on my own little vacations, I never go more than 3 hours from home and pack a very small suitcase.
As you can see, you never quite know what to expect on these trips, except the nights and the days are never quite long enough. This day, like most others, begins with a race to beat the sunrise. And models Angie Everhart and Rebecca Romaine are moving with blinding speed.
You know, 10 minutes in the morning, as you see, makes a lot of difference.
A lot of difference.
I like Rebecca because with those long, gangly legs, you just know she does sports well. That's nice. That's a real Rebecca shot. You'd never say she's Swedish or Norwegian or German. You'd say, that girl's American.
I was at UC Santa Cruz for a year, broke, and I got pulled into an agency in San Francisco. And I was gonna start, just do it there for the summer, make some pocket money, and instead I got invited almost immediately to Paris. I never planned to be a model.
There we go. Models Inc.
I do a lot of bathing suits and lingerie. I'm natural, I'm comfortable in front of camera, I'm comfortable in bathing suits. I'm a water baby, love the beach, I always have.
I'm ready. Are you ready? There are a million blondes, a trillion brunettes, and maybe 5 redheads. And Julie likes me because I tan, and maybe because I have red hair. I don't know, maybe I'm the token redhead. This is Sports Illustrated official golf wear. Cut-off shirt, jeans, no belt, of course the holes. It's on the green. All right. Let's go for one of the clubhouse windows. Action. The commercial that I did in France was like my first break. There was a guy on a Harley Davidson. He rode into the stock market, takes out a pair of jeans and throws it down on the table, and I decide, okay, well, pull down my skirt and I pull up my jeans, and it was very controversial because the way they shot it, it was just a big hit. My goal is major motion pictures. Sports Illustrated is harder than any other job that you work on because you're revealing it all. You know, you're close to naked, you know, and you're standing there in front of 25 people all staring at you in a bathing suit. It can make you a little insecure at times.
Go. Voila.
For me to get in the gym at 7 o'clock in the morning, I was saying, I hate you to my trainer. I hate this. I hate this. But it pays off, you know, you feel better when you come. Your body's a little firmer, and that's what it's all about, is having the body.
I look forward to this the whole year, you know. This is really a fun trip. I mean, there's a lot of love on these trips.
Don't love me, yes I know.
Like that, huh? I adore Rebecca. She's sweet. She's like a sister, you know. She's one of the cool chicks. So for me to work with Rebecca is great.
The blending of art and athletics has been a staple of Sports Illustrated since its beginnings. Each week the magazine captures the power, the grace, and the elegance of the athletes through its prize-winning photography. For Julie Campbell, the idea of merging the beauty of swimsuit models with the high impact of an SI action shot has always been a goal. And this year, she found a way to do it.
I'm so excited seeing this. I've been trying to get a power explosion, a picture jumping out of a frame, as we do on our opening pages when we have football. It jumps, and every year I ask a photographer, I show them football pictures, I say, this is what I want. And they all say yes, and I never get it. And I've got it this time. It's absolutely beautiful.
Months before she began the actual swimsuit production, Julie assembled professional dancers Robin Branch, Evelyn Ebo, Amy Higgins, and Thera Ward. With photographer Lois Greenfield, they set out to capture the human body in motion.
One morning I was looking at one of the morning shows, and as I walked through the room, I saw these great pictures of dancers, and it was a book being reviewed by Lois Greenfield. Whoops, I stopped. Who is this lady?
And do you take a stylist, or we just work with you?
I do all that.
Oh, so you're coming?
I saw that.
Oh, I wouldn't send you off
Oh,
alone.
great, okay.
Birth to the blues.
More, rotate your hand around. No, elbow back. Sorry. That's it, hand, good hand.
Obviously, my work with dancers and athletes lends itself towards bathing suits and showing off the sculptural form of bodies.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that was good. That was good.
Lois is so incredibly talented. I was doing a tour jeté, which is a jumping movement. And when she took the picture, I knew she had it. She just knows when, she knows the moment. She knows when the moment's there, and she takes full advantage of it.
I'm interested in capturing not so much the power of it, but the energy and the emotion and the freedom. Go. Not too angled. It still has to be soft, kind of keep falling.
Yeah, keep falling. Here we go. Good one, go.
Yes!
She wants a lot of height in these jumps, so you don't really feel like you're getting up that much and like you're really hitting a beautiful line. But when you look at the Polaroids, I mean, it's just amazing how she can catch you.
So this is looking good, right?
This is wonderful. Now you want to see what pictures SI showing this week. You know, it's POW. I'm hoping to get that. I've been trying to do that for a long time. I think this is as close as I'm ever going to get. They always say that athletes look like dancers, but here we have a really beautiful dancer, and she's an athlete.
For the second half of this year's shoot, SI's Julie Campbell decided to rough it. After all, placing beautiful women in beautiful Bermuda almost made too much sense. A layup, I think you call it. She needed to walk a bit on the wild side, so she chose a spot that must have made Columbus himself say, "Ah, que rico!" Costa Rica, the rich coast, nestled between the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea in Central America. From the volcanic highlands to the lush tropical shoreline, Costa Rica is an ever-changing face. A perfect backdrop for an all-star cast who trooped here last fall near the end of the rainy season. Well, not quite near the end.
Can you believe this rain?
Hello, we're in the rainforest.
For first-time model Roberta Little and veteran Stacy Williams, the weather created new opportunities for improvisation.
She weighs 100 pounds! Oh my gosh! You know, pull a few practical jokes here and there, put a few spiders in people's beds, and torture Roberta a little. Time to listen to some disco. This girl is the model from hell, okay? I'm from South Africa. I live in Cape Town, and I was really goofy. I was always getting into trouble. I was really skinny. You know, they used to call me Surfboard. I had these huge pigtails like this every day because my granny, she always used to make me these hairstyles like this for school, and I hated it.
Her agent said she was a dancer, and that interested me immediately. She came into my office with overalls on and just laughing as if she'd known me for a year.
I just went in and was myself, joking around and stuff. And she liked me, you know, surprisingly. I was really shocked when my booker called me and said, "You're doing Sports Illustrated." I never really expected it. When I'm shooting, I kind of go off into my own world and then try to project a feeling from within and express that in the picture.
Roberta, do it a little slow. I can't keep up with you.
I'm very hyperactive. I have so much energy I can't sit down for very long. Well, how would I explain Roberta? I'd say that Roberta is part African queen and part Gomer Pyle. Gomer Pyle, what the hell is that? Oh yeah! Woo! Oh! Get down!
They were like having two playful children together.
Where am I going? You're joking. Well, I always joke that if there's a shot, you know, that involves danger or torture, it's usually mine. For me, actually, that's more interesting. It's a little bit more fun, you know?
I'll see you in Panama!
Stacy, have I given you every painful job? I don't mean to.
For our next photo, I'm going to lay down on a bed of nails. The shot where I was hanging off of the rafters was actually a little painful. But when you know that the picture's going to be beautiful, and it just felt really pretty, it was worth it.
That's beautiful, Stace.
Stacy's a great model. I mean, besides that, she's also a very neat person. She's very soulful, and you can get that in the picture.
The models who are sexiest are the ones who are the most comfortable in their own skin, and I don't just mean physically. I mean the ones who like themselves, who have something going on besides modeling and what they look like. And that comes out through their eyes, and that's sensual and sexy. I got into yoga because it clears the mind, it stills it so that you can be living from more of a soul standpoint than an ego-driven standpoint. And the worst thing you can do as a model is to start believing the myth of who you are, who people think you are. I try and be the same person in front of the camera crews as I am with my friends and family, I hope. When I leave here, I'm going to get back to New York, and I'm going to wash all the cockroaches, scorpions, and mud out of my suitcases. I'm going to take a long hot shower, and I'm going to call my mommy.
Call it the luck of the Irish. But the clouds did roll away for our next arrival to make her 12th appearance in the swimsuit issue. After all, everyone knows it never rains over Ireland.
And I don't presume that they're going to ask me back each year, but I'm always pleased when they do. I really didn't understand the significance of working for Sports Illustrated. My first impression was that this is really interesting. It's a lot different from a fashion magazine. It's a sports magazine, and it has that feel and that attitude. When I was growing up, I had my tomboy phase. I wore pigtails all the time. I loved baseball and football, and I didn't like to take a bath. I played in the mud, and I had 21 pet frogs, and I had a newspaper route when I was 11 and a half. I won a Carrier of the Year for 3 years in a row. That was pretty cool. I was happy about that. I first met Julie Campbell, I was probably about 18 years old. She had seen a picture of me, and she thought I looked healthy, which was, I guess, a nice way of saying not too skinny.
You're gonna act loud and wiry and crazy now?
Yes.
Okay.
She really is a huge reason why I keep coming back every year, because she's great to work with. Before I became a model, I never looked at fashion magazines, but almost everybody looks at Sports Illustrated. It was really mind-boggling how many people actually see it. Most of the fan mail that I get is real sweet. I'm always so impressed when people take the time to write a letter. I get some from kids, people just saying that they appreciate the work. It's real nice. And it's been great. I mean, I've had the chance to see a lot of the world, parts of the world I hadn't even heard of before. I feel really fortunate because I know a lot of people don't get those chances.
Talk all you want about getting away from it all. The fact is, there's no place that can always cheer you up when you're down. Take it from our special musical guest, Travis Tritt. Sometimes there's no vacation from the blues.
I took some time down by the ocean just to try and change the notion that my world could not continue without you. And so I took a long vacation, traveled all around the nation, trying hard to rearrange my point of view. Tell you what I did, honey. I went from Birmingham all the way to Boulder, but when I looked over my shoulder, all I could see was your sweet Bermuda face shining through. And no matter how hard I've tried to fight off the urge to cry, it seems there ain't no vacation from the blues. Well, I can run, but I can't hide from the pain I feel inside. And there's no one but myself left to accuse. Now with all my bridges burned, well, there's no pages left to turn. And baby, there ain't no vacation from the blues. Oh, talk to me, guitar. Baby, don't misunderstand me. I'm not playing I'm just searching for a rainbow, but I can't find it for the rain. And with all my bridges burned, well, there's no pages left to turn. And baby, there ain't no vacation. Said there ain't no vacation. Said there ain't no vacation from the blue.
For a model, being part of the swimsuit shoot is reward enough. But the real payoff comes when the magazine appears. Show up on a few pages, and your career takes off. Show up on the cover, and you're golden.
There are 15 girls on this trip. Each one of them's getting a ticket. And that ticket's the cover, and that cover is worth $1 million, $2 million, a cosmetic contract, fame, fortune.
It's part of American history, isn't it?
I've been in the cover of tons of magazines. This is like the biggest thing I've heard of. Everybody recognized me on the streets. For a few days, people was asking me, "Oh, you are the girl of Sports Illustrated."
Once you appear on the cover of Sports Illustrated, it's hard to have your anonymity.
Hold that.
Sports Illustrated has been a great catalyst into making models into personalities because they list them all by name.
It's a very bankable thing for a girl's career.
There's no other job that could do this for a model.
I think once a model has appeared in the swimsuit issue of Sports Illustrated, all the magazines want to use them for swimsuits and for more.
It really does do wonders for a girl's career.
All the girls that have had the chance to be on the cover are stars today.
There are models, and then there are supermodels, and then there are supermodels, and there are celebrities.
What are you doing? Watching you sleep? Looks like you both had another punishing night.
Today's show is about some people very close to my heart, kids.
You want to wait? We've got some coffee made.
No, thanks.
As my book says, it's with a little luck.
We all want to be on that cover. Wouldn't you love to be the president of your company?
As with the swimsuit issue itself, success is sometimes kind of a happy accident. That's just what happened 17 years ago when Julie Campbell, photographer Walter Yost, and one of their models decided to waste a roll of film at the end of an unproductive day. Among the throwaway shots was a photograph. That photograph made a legend of the lady and a mega hit of the magazine. And surprise, they're back!
It was actually a couple months ago. I was sitting at my desk doing some business, and the phone rings. Hello, and I hear this voice saying, "Cheryl, you're not too skinny, are you?" And I knew exactly who it was. I said, "Julie?" I said, "I've never been too skinny."
Stay there, there's a wave. You get used to each other again. And now, we both need our glasses to look at the Polaroids. There's a lot that's changed, obviously, over the years.
It's like coming home. Really is. When I first worked with her and Walter, they were both mad at me for getting them up at 5 in the morning. Walter shot 6 pictures and they left, and it ended up being the cover. And so now they both trust me, but this is coming home.
Eyes to me. There you go. Nice. Who got it?
Well, of course, I'm 46, so I thought, should I or shouldn't I? I'm not competing with a 16, 17-year-old, not even a 20 or 30-year-old, but competing with myself. I think it's a very positive thing to do.
Just flaunt it, baby. Flaunt it, baby.
Beautiful, baby, beautiful.
I think every age is beautiful. And Cheryl's a perfect example. I mean, she still has a beautiful body. She has a child. And she's a good-looking dame.
Yeah.
I love this with this water and sand here. It's just beautiful. She looks beautiful.
It does.
I have to say that I get a lot of fan mail, and a good 50% of it, I would say, is Sports Illustrated related. I get pictures, new pictures, old pictures, whatever, please sign this, covers that are dragged out of the closet from many years ago. It's still something that people associate me with, even that fishnet bathing suit.
We put her in the fishnet, and I mean, she felt somewhat naked, I think.
Julie said, get the suit wet, because it was kind of a nothing bathing suit, and it was just kind of a throwaway.
We shot a roll and a half, and that was it, over with.
It's very simple, kind of a nothing shot.
Forgot I even took the picture. They ran small, probably the weakest picture in the whole story, and it made her famous. And her life changed, mine didn't. So that was it. Now look at her now. She hasn't done this in years.
Tell her that she was good. Don't tell her she was good.
Cheryl, you were good.
I wanted
And this whole thing has been very deja vu for all three of us.
For all of us to get back together after all this time was like a trip down memory lane.
They come from places like Pakistan and Puerto Rico, from Spain and what used to be the Soviet Union. No, you can't really put a label on the class of '95. And that's part of their beauty, too.
It's a big deal being in Sports Illustrated because a lot of people see it more than anything else you do as a model. So it's very important. So if you messed up, it's very bad, too.
The jumping is, yeah.
You can't catch it?
Yeah, I can catch it. Go ahead, go ahead. I like to get right into the person and see how they really are and how they are naturally. So that's why I shoot quickly. Daniela is, as you can see, really an extraordinary beauty and seems to be able to bring it out in a very natural and uncontrived way.
I was flattered when I was offered the job, but I was also very scared. But then I said, if I never do it, then I'm going to be 45, 50 years old. I says, well, maybe if I did that time, the Sports Illustrated. So I had to do it. I had to do it for myself.
First of all, doing bathing suit is completely different, and then doing Sports Illustrated is a whole other ballgame on top of it.
She's absolutely perfect for this situation. I usually like shooting in light that's a little bit lower and a little bit denser because the feeling is a little bit more mysterious and there's something really magical that happens for me when I'm in that situation.
You feel much more vulnerable doing bathing suit. You feel like you're naked in front of everybody. And plus, with you guys filming on top of it, it's like a little extra challenge.
I've been modeling for a very long time now, and I've got into the film industry, and I've been acting a lot lately. But I must say, what I did on the beach, I'm a complete novice. I need years of training before I can say I know martial arts.
In a job like Sports Illustrated, it's been a dream come true. You know, there are things that you see when you're a kid that you want to do later, and this is one of them. The fact that you can go to countries that you love, that you can work with people that you like, and that you can look sexy and beautiful without being too much, without being too obvious. And also the opportunity to create beautiful pictures that you can just work and know that it's going to be beautiful. There's something very strange and beautiful at the same time about Sports Illustrated.
To me, she smolders, and for this brunette section, I think brunettes have come off very strong. I've never separated the girls before consciously, and I think they say gentlemen prefer blondes, but we're going to find out.
Hello, my name is Ingrid Steinhave, and you may have remembered me as a blonde. This is my 3rd year in Sports Illustrated, and I'm a brunette. How do you like it? Julie booked me to go to Bermuda, but I was booked to do the shows in Paris, and I couldn't do the Bermuda, the blonde hair girls shooting. So she said, if you want to do Sports Illustrated, you have to go brown. So I went brown, and I kind of like it now.
She looks like a beautiful blue-eyed gypsy girl. And she has the personality of a brunette, almost more than a blonde. I mean, I'm discovering a new Ingrid.
First Polaroid with black hair. Millions of people going to see you. So you better make sure your body is in shape. I go a lot with a personal trainer. Spaghetti arms before and spaghetti legs. So now it's a little more shape in there, so I'm happy for that. I don't want to look chubby in Sports Illustrated.
I was 13 years old, sitting in a restaurant in Sweden when the head of a model agency asked me to come to New York. I decided to wait for a few years and then give it a shot. Not long after that, I heard about Julie Campbell and the enormous success of the swimsuit issue. But in those days, I didn't really consider myself a swimsuit girl.
For years, her agency was saying, Vendela wants to work for you, Vendela wants to work for you. And I would see her pictures, and she reminded me a bit of Grace Kelly. And it was this very cool, aloof blonde. And I thought, that's not the SI look. And then when I was in Spain, one of the girls became ill. And I called the agency and I said, is there anyone in Europe?
When Julie Campbell called my agent, I certainly knew what it was about, and I was jumping up and down in Paris, in fact. They said, can you go over to Spain? I said, are you kidding me? When? You know.
That was nice. And I told her, I said, you know, I'd like to use you again, but your legs are too thin. She had very slim legs.
And I hated actually wearing skirts because I thought my legs were too skinny.
She went out and got 2 trainers, and she worked for that body. She's a great body now. So it was meant to happen. In the 4 years since I've known her, she's a little more, become more of an actress, a little more stylized.
I don't think that modeling really helps acting, but I think my acting really has helped me in modeling.
Vendela told me that she spends hours looking at old movies, and I see that in some of her poses. She wants to be a star. She wants to be a movie star, and she may just do it. But a good model studies her body, studies her expressions, angles, what angle looks best. I think you have to work to become a supermodel. I think Vendela achieved that with that cover, and it was the right suit, the right light, the right time, the right photographer, and it was lucky for all of us, and especially Vendela.
From everyone at Sports Illustrated, thanks for watching and for reading. Now, here's one more look at the class of '95.
I've been watching you. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Come on. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Hey. Standing across the room, I saw you smile. I said I wanna talk to you for a little while. But before I make my move, my emotions start running wild. My tongue gets tied, and that's no lie. I'm looking in your eyes. I'm looking in your big brown eyes. Oh yeah, and I've got this to say to you. Hey, girl, I want to make you sweat, sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm gonna push it some more. Girl, I want to make you sweat, sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm gonna push it some more. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Come on. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Ooh. Girl, I want to make you sweat, sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm gonna push it some more. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Yeah. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Push it some more. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Yeah. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Ooh. So I say to myself, if she loves me or not. But the dread I know that love is his to get. So with a little bit of this and a little bit of that, the lyrics goes on the attack. My tongue gets tied, and that's no lie. I'm looking in your eyes.